Hello, my unraveled friends. Really quick, before I head out for my 4th of July festivities, I just wanted to jump on here. I've been caught up in the Karina Cooper trial and making sure that I'm posting those updates and following it really closely. But a case that, if you look at my earlier videos, I think this was the second video that I posted, a case that's very near and dear to my heart. In fact, I probably cry like 3 or 4 times in those videos early on. 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Okay. This week, the legal proceedings against Stephan Sterns, the man accused of her murder and of essaying her, has seen some really pivotal developments, bringing some very crucial clarity to the path forward. We were worried for a little while. In April of 2025, there was a hearing to suppress all of the phone evidence, claiming illegal search and seizure of Stephan Sterns' cell phone. Let me get my thoughts in order here. For those who are unfamiliar with the case, if there's any of you unfamiliar with the case, Madeline Soto was reported missing on February 26th of 2024 after she never arrived at school. Her body was discovered days later on March 1st in a wooded area in Osceola County, with an autopsy confirming her death being due to strangulation. Stephan Sterns, the boyfriend of Maddie's mother, Jennifer Soto, who I have a great affinity for, if you didn't know. Stephan Sterns quickly became the prime suspect in Maddie's case, and he is now facing a multitude of charges, including her first-degree murder and over 60 child SA charges encompassing battery, lewd or lascivious M-word, and unlawful possession of CSAM. And it's important to note that the child SA charges and the first-degree murder charges are being handled as separate court cases, right? A very strategic decision by the prosecution. This week, as I said, a very central point of contention in the pretrial phase reached a very crucial turning point: the admissibility of the digital evidence. The investigators had earlier on discovered very deeply disturbing evidence on Stephan Sterns' cell phone and his Google Drive, allegedly depicting child essay material involving Maddie dating all the way back to 2000. I think what they're saying right now is 2022. I had heard some earlier going back as far as like 5 years, but officially they're saying 2022. The defense for Stephan Sterns had filed a motion to suppress all of this evidence, arguing that Orange County deputies coerced Stephan Sterns into handing over the cell phone without a proper search warrant. So Stephan Sterns himself testified at this hearing in April of 2025, claiming that he was only convinced to give officers the phone in order to look at certain applications like Google Maps, and then that law enforcement overstepped those boundaries. But in a very significant development on Wednesday of this week, Judge Keith Carson denied the defense's motion to suppress that evidence. So this means that all of the explicit videos and photos of Maddie's alleged SA found on his phone and in his Google Drive account will be admissible as evidence in his upcoming SA crimes trial. I mean, it was completely hinging on that. That's why this trial was taking place, based on the evidence that was on his phone. And so we've all kind of been holding our breath for the last couple of months, waiting on the judge's decision about the admissibility of that evidence. And I definitely breathed a sigh of relief. That's not a word, and I don't care. We're moving on. So during those arguments in April, prosecutors were countering the defense's claims that this was a legal search and seizure by basically asserting that deputies followed the law and that Stephan Sterns never objected to the search of his phone, which was initially prompted by his discrepancies in his whereabouts, his whole story. Y'all go back. You can watch my deep dives. I cry a little bit, probably a lot. But again, I've been following this case from the beginning, and stories like this really just they make me so mad. So that's where we are. Beyond the evidence ruling, Judge Carson also addressed the trial schedule because Stephan Sterns' defense has been trying to just keep pushing this trial back. Judge Carson says enough is enough. Trial is moving forward. We're done. July 22nd, 2025. Game over. trial starts. That's it. Thank God. Maddie deserves this. Maddie deserves for this trial to move forward and for justice to be had for her. She really does. She really does. Throughout all of these pre-trial proceedings, the judge has very consistently denied many motions by the defense to like ban the press and the public from Stephan Sterns' hearings. This is, in my opinion, a commitment on behalf of the judge to judicial transparency, and it's ensuring that what happens in the courtroom is going to remain public. And I'm sorry, but it's vital for the accountability in a case of such public interest and sensitive nature. And I know this is going to be hard. I don't know if the SA trial is going to be viewed. That one I can see keeping out of the public eye because of all of the sensitive material that's going to be admitted into evidence. But the first degree murder trial, I know definitely we will have aired. Anyway, so immediate focus right now is shifting to the sex crimes trial with the jury selection literally just weeks away. He faces potential sentence of life in prison for the child essay material and death penalty, capital punishment for the first degree homicide of Madeline Soto. And so this battle is still ongoing. I will very meticulously follow every turn of this case as I have been from the start. And we'll talk about all the facts and all of the deeper implications as they unfold. So thank you for hanging out with me for this quick little update. I'm actually going now. I'm going to go do like food trucks and fireworks with my kids. So excited. It's a beautiful day outside. So I hope that you guys, I'll say it again, please have a safe, wonderful holiday. Keep asking questions and keep unraveling. Love you.